Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the recording is available. I'm waiting for my system to get restarted so I can go on live. So before that, I just wanted to know that we are live. So where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to University of New Haven, Connecticut, in the United States of America.
Okay, so normally when they ask you this question, they just need two things from you: this your school and the location of your school. That embassy is the United States of America, so you don't need to mention it again.
Noted.
You're already in the US. The only thing is what the difference is you don't have a visa. All right, that embassy is the US.
Yes.
All right, so you are your school and then the location of your school. All right.
Yes.
So so what are you going there to do?
I'm going there to for my master's degree in business administration.
Okay. And what's so important to you about this course?
Business administration is important to me because I want to be able to merge my creative abilities with business knowledge. Over the years, I realized that the creative industry in Nigeria has a gap to be filled, and that is for creatives to be able to administer businesses.
Okay. Let me save you the energy, okay? If you talk like this, you won't convince anybody. And you know there are loopholes in your response, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So let's look at it this way. What did you study in your first degree?
I studied English language and literature.
English and literature. And what have you been doing since
I've
after
been working in the creative industry, PR and communications industry, PR and communications specifically.
what communication?
PR, public relations and communications
Okay.
industry.
And the creative industry.
Yes,
And what are you going for?
I'm going for business administration.
What is the link between all this history? What's the link? How are they all connected?
Okay, the reason why I chose to study business administration originally was because in being in the creative industry, I found it difficult to see to the end-to-end cycle of businesses and being able to manage businesses. My strength has been in being creative, um, but not being able to actually manage projects and
Yeah,
administer.
you are using the word creative, creative, creative. I want you to just can you melt that word instead of using that's ambiguous statement. And ambiguous statements get VOs mad. It gets them upset. Upset in the sense that you are not saying anything even though you are saying something. So you have to avoid it. Avoid ambiguity. Avoid blanket statements. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you are making a point, yes. But the points you are making are not like they are not holding grounds. Your VO wants to be convinced, but the things you're saying are not convincing. They can't convince a VO. So let's say you, um, how does, okay, so if they ask you why did you choose this course, I chose this course because I am currently working. How many years now?
For in the PR and comms industry, 2 years.
Okay, I've been I'm working as why did you choose this course? I'm working as a PR in creative industry. You mentioned the industry for the past 2 years, and having been working in this area, I feel limited in my experience to continue to serve and service the needs of my clients. Hence the reason why I'm choosing this course. Secondly, business admin or business administration will offer you talk about a problem in your organization that you are going to from your experience in this course be able to enforce policies as a business administrator. So talk about problems that you as a business administrator, with the policies you are going to make, that will help to enforce decisions. These are some of the things they are looking for. In practical sense, don't use creative. Break it down. That's what your VO wants to hear. The more concrete you are, the more chances of getting to convince someone. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. When you are concrete, you make it easier. But when you're not concrete and you're just talking from the blues, nobody will take your comment serious, because it just seems that, okay, you're still talking. Finish up. But when you break it down in practical sense, look for a problem in your organization that you want to solve. And you talk about a problem that you want to solve. Talk about a problem that you can solve if you are to be an admin. You enforce policies, enforce rules of engagement, enforce, like, where you're working, is it the federal or the state?
It's a private company.
Good. Private companies, the government need them. So you talk about how you are also helping the government agencies to make decisions. Okay? To make decisions that take overrule the nation, overrule the decisions that the committees in the national assemblies are also using. Those templates come from people like you. These are what they are looking for. All right?
Yes.
So you mentioned it in 3 bullet points. I encourage people to use bullet points. I chose this course for 3 reasons. First, this. Secondly, this. Third, this. So talk about your history past, your history present, and your history future. Your history past means, how did you come about this course? Your history present means, what are you doing currently? How does this course you studied, or how does what you studied, link up with what you want to do? And then this thing you want to do is your history future. How does it relate to a problem that you want to solve? Because education is to provide solution, or to solve a problem. That's the reason why people go to school. So always remember that. That's what they're looking for. Okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
Then the next question will be, why did you choose this school? It doesn't have to come this way, but it may come in this way, but it doesn't have to. So go ahead.
I chose this school for 3 different reasons. First, it was recommended to me by my current CEO at work, who had been there before. Second, because the school has a course that's
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go again.
Do you have a scholarship?
Yes, I do.
How much?
16% in scholarship.
Okay. So you talk about it this way. Why did you choose this school? I chose this school because of the reference I got from a friend or a professor or a colleague who was a former student of this school. You enjoy the way he works. He's highly celebrated. The impact and inputs he makes in the organization, or how he taught you, or your friend who has been there, or your relative who has been there. It makes more sense to say that. Then, secondly, the second point, based on your excellent academic records, we are awarded a scholarship, Dean Scholarship, to the tune of this amount, blah blah, covering covering, you talk about what it covers, covering the 60% or 16% of your tuition. And lastly, you chose this school because of the research they are working on which the research they're working on, or what the program they have, which tallies with the research you're already making, or which tallies with the problem that you have in your organization that you need it to solve, that you need the experience to solve. And then you can mention that problem. You talk about it in a practical sense. I chose this school because we have this particular problem in our organization, and this particular problem for the past 3 years, or the past since you came, you've been trying to resolve. Mention the problem, in terms of business outputs, challenges and the rest of them. Mention it, and you've not been able to solve this problem, but your school is offering solution to that because of the training, because of the program they're offering. You want to use that experience to come back and solve this problem. Period. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then talk about okay, who is sponsoring who is covering the deficit of your program?
My dad.
No,
dad is covering
no.
deficit.
Yeah, just your dad. Don't go into explanation. Your dad is your dad. If they want more question, they will ask you. I encourage people.
I shouldn't talk about what he does or anything.
The only exception to that, which I always encourage people, is, has your dad sponsored anybody overseas?
No, I'm the first.
Okay. So usually, everybody listen carefully. If your sponsor has sponsored people before overseas, please, this is a moment where you can talk without being asked. When they ask you who is covering the remaining deficit of your program, my dad, he's also the sponsor. He has also sponsored my younger brother, or he's also the one who sponsored my younger brother or my elder sister in the UK, and she's currently back in Nigeria. By then, you are sending, you are indirectly telling the VO that there's a pattern in your family, that if your sister has come or your family member has gone and come back, that you still come back. So that's an indirect way of saying something. You're just dropping that information there. So I want you to just think about that. All right?
Okay.
Then, are you married? Do you have kids?
No, I'm not married and I don't have kids.
All right. And so far, so good. Congratulations. So just go back and work on some of these things we just mentioned now. Keep this your confidence, okay? I can sense the confidence. I didn't feel fear or anxiety in your voice. So keep this confidence, keep the slow talking. That's very good. You're not rushing the conversation. Some people, when they get tensed up, they start speaking fast. So it's good that you are not frightened. All right?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I hope this helps.
Yes, it does, definitely. Because I had problems trying to answer the question of the course of study, but now I just need to break it down better.
All right. Next person.
All right, let me go next.
All right. So where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling to Edgewood College, located at Madison, Wisconsin.
You really love this, your Wisconsin. I miss Wisconsin. And what are you going there to do?
I'm going there for a master's program in business administration with a major in management sciences and quantitative methods.
So what's so important to you about this course? Why did you choose it?
I chose this course for 3 reasons. Firstly, I majored in urban planning, and a degree in business administration will enable me effect positive changes in business processes in order to carry out urban planning successfully, as I plan to start up a planning firm on my return to Nigeria. Secondly, this degree will enable me to take up the position of administrative secretary at my current place of work, Tamfi Solicitors, where I'll be making policy decisions like client communication procedures and also what matters the firm will accept. Thirdly, I'm currently working on a research, which is the role of effective management on the development of business administration, on development of real estate businesses in Nigeria. And I want to work with a lecturer in the department who is a professor in management sciences on the use of online marketing platforms to streamline operations in order to improve efficiency.
Can you
in the real estate.
can you begin this last one as the first one? And
The
when
research.
when they ask you why did you choose this course, did you link how you came about the course?
Yes, I spoke about what I studied, what I majored in my first degree, and what I want to do in the future.
Okay. So so after that one, then you talk about this research second, then the third reason put it last. Is it possible?
That was what I did before, but you told me to make where I work as the second point. Then make the research the last.
Okay, let's try it again. Why did you choose this course?
I chose this course for 3 reasons. Firstly, I majored in urban planning in my first degree, and a degree in business administration will enable me to effect positive changes in business processes in order to carry out urban planning successfully.
Hold on.
As I plan-
Hold on. Effect business changes like what? There you go.
Changes in business processes like use of commercial, what type
So
of commercial?
these are generic cases you are presenting. Your interviewer wants to hear practical cases. When you say I majored in this course in my first degree, and you are going into this area, what problem lured you into this experience? I majored in this area, and having been working in this area, for the past number of years, I encountered this particular problem and I'm not able to solve it. And this is the reason why I'm going into this course, to be able to tackle this particular problem in a practical sense. Avoid whatever you do, avoid generic comments, generic sentences, generic statements. Anything you are saying, say it the way it is in a full-blown case scenario. Don't say it in a way that is a sentence like anybody can Google it and say it. Particularize the problem to you. You are the one who wants to convince your VO. The only way you can convince them is use real life cases, real life situations. I always tell people this. Real life situations are faster. 100% will give you 100% chances of getting a visa or convincing your VO. All you need is just to convince them. And you leave the rest for God. How can you convince me when you tell me a generic statement like you'll be able to provide solution? But when you tell me what that solution, the problem you have, and then what you want to do with that solution, I'll be like, okay, she has a case already. And then you mention research. Talk about that research. You don't even need to mention the word research. You talk about you've been working on a case. You've been working on a case. Like when you mention it that way, it makes more sense than using the word research. I've been working on a case that came up in my organization. This case was this, and it cost my organization this total amount. I want to solve that problem because we keep paying every now and then for this particular, to solve this problem. And the only way for me to solve this problem is to get this education, and we don't have to hire someone again to solve this problem. Period. Am I making any sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about the case. That's what they want to hear. Talk about a problem that your organization is grappling with, and that is costing money. That is costing human resources. That you have to pay someone to do something, but you don't have to pay again because you are going for this course. And after this course, au revoir to the person, who is being used to make all those payments, and you provide a solution. If you are providing a decision, I told you, please avoid that role when you talk about where I'll be assuming the position. If you're not talking it in a sense that with this experience, I'll be part of the decision makers or policy makers. But when you talk about assume the role of, that is okay. But it's a Nigerian thing. I want you to avoid that Nigerian thing. Nigerian thing in the sense that we always study because we want to get a role. We want to get a position. That's why they call it promotional exam. That's not what education is for. Education is for an upgrade of your experience, an upgrade of your own capacity, human capital development. In Nigeria, they call it promotional exam, just for promotion, just for the big money. But that's not how Oyibo sees it. So you have to avoid that Nigerian syndrome of, get a role, assume the position of a manager. No. Talk about what you'll be doing as a policymaker. So please, just these are just little nuances. If you don't mind, I know we are overflogging this, but I don't want you to make the mistake of using words that doesn't have explanation. Okay? Yes. All right. And then why did you choose this course? Why did you choose this school? Sorry.
Firstly, this school was recommended to me by the director in my organization, who is an alumni of this school. He spoke so well about this school and how practical and experimental they are. Secondly, the curriculum of business administration at Edward College aligns with the areas I want to explore, which is the role of effective management on the development of real estate business in Nigeria, and the use of online marketing platforms on how to streamline operations in order to improve efficiency in the real estate market.
Can you go on that one more time? So,
okay.
Yeah. So why did you choose this school?
Firstly, this school was recommended to me by a director in my organization, who is an alumni of this school. He spoke so well about the school and how practical and experimental they are. Secondly, the curriculum of business administration at Edgewood College aligns with the research areas I want to explore, which is strategic management. And the area I want to explore is the role of effective management on the development of real estate business in Nigeria, and how to make use of online marketing platforms to streamline operations in order to improve efficiency in the real estate market.
Okay, so can you look at it in a more practical sense when you talk about the area that you want to explore? And then you mentioned all this but you didn't tell it how what this school is doing translates to what you have already. You have something.
Yeah, I mentioned the curriculum of their curriculum in business administration that aligns with the area I want to explore. Their curriculum, which is strategic management, is the area that aligns with what I want to explore.
I don't know if it's because we make this conversation lengthy that I'm no longer following the traction of your ideas. I'm not saying you're not saying something wonderful. I just want to make sure that you are not presenting it less that you should do, instead of using long sentences. What your VOs need is not long sentences, but the shorter, the straightforward, the better. All right. So I just want to make sure that you are not like hitting it, but off the track. So, do you still want to go to it one more time?
Okay.
Please don't feel bad, because the more we talk about it, the more it sinks. It's to your own advantage. So, why did you choose this school?
Firstly, this school was recommended to me by a director in my organization, who is an alumni of this school. He spoke so well about this school and how practical and experimental they are. Secondly, the curriculum of business administration at Edgewood College aligns with the areas I want to explore, which is strategic management. And I want to work on a research area, which is the role of effective management on the development of real estate businesses in Nigeria.
Hold on.
And the
Hold on. You're making it longer. You talked about strategic management. Can you remove that big word and talk about it in a way that you have a problem in your organization that you need to solve? That is what is confusing me. When you use big word, you quote the conversation and it makes it difficult for me to get in. What I'm looking for is you have a problem in your organization. Think of a problem in your organization and think of how you want to solve it with this thing that they are doing in school. That's what I'm looking for. Every organization has a problem. You are going for what course again?
Business administration.
Good. You are going for business administration. Talk about what is going on in Nigeria now. Talk about how much you are losing, in your budget. Talk about how much you are paying someone to be able to make decisions for you. Talk about the losses you're having because of the modern trends going on in your organization. And this school has a solution to it. Can you just keep that strategic word, that big word?
You just said that I should, how will I put it? Like, what is their curriculum that aligns with my area? And strategic marketing is like, management is like their
good
curriculum, like
good
part of their
keep,
curriculum. That's why I mentioned it.
That's okay. I said it because when you use big word, it confuses the context. They have strategic management. Let me say I don't know what strategic management is. Now you tell me that you have a problem in this organization that is costing you money every year. Then you're going to use their strategic management course or management training to be able to solve it. But you've already mentioned the problem. That's what I'm looking for.
The organization I work for, they deal with the legal aspect of real estate businesses and is aligned with my research area because my research area has to do with real estate businesses.
You are still running away from taking responsibility for this particular thing I'm looking for. Every organization has a problem. Every organization has a problem. The problem is your ability to say, this is the problem we have in our organization, and I'm going to use this strategic management course to solve it. That's what I'm looking for. You don't have to say it now, but go back to this video or go back to yourself and figure out a problem in your organization. Even if it's in legal term or in urban development, whatever it is, pick a problem in your organization and merge it with the solution you're getting from this school. Present it to your interviewer. That's what they're looking for. Is this helping?
Yeah.
There has to be a problem. Get it. Get the problem out. We have a problem in this department. The other day, we encountered this problem. We are not able to, get our clients doing this. We are spending so much money. And this strategic management course will help us to tackle this problem once and for all. So we'll be able to save more money for the next fiscal year. You have all those language, but you have to avoid big words that will quote the real keyword. It's just like when you are writing an essay, right? Every course has a keyword. If you write everything you want to write and you don't use that keyword, which is what your professors are looking for, you may score well, you may score the point, but you may not score well. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So break it down in a way that your VO will see in a practical sense what you're saying. You have the line, you have the idea. I'm just here to just guide that idea. All right?
Okay.
All right. Who will be covering for your program?
My brother-in-law will be sponsoring my education. He's also sponsored two of my siblings for their masters in the UK, and they're back to Nigeria.
Good. Thank you for mentioning that. That's very, very essential. That's one of the cases, everybody listen, that's one of the cases where you can overtalk. is allowed. The reason why you need to mention that is to build a pattern. Let your VO know that, okay, this person that is sponsoring me, this is not the first time. So he has done it before. All right. And the people he sponsored respected visa policies and they are back. So that's a way of sending those moments. All right. And are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have dependents?
No, I'm not married and I don't have dependents.
I didn't ask you. Some people may want to know, have you traveled out of the country before? They may want to know, is this your first visa interview? You know, all that.
Okay.
Have you traveled out of the country before?
Yes, I have.
Where and where?
I've been to the UAE, Kenya, Lebanon, and Ghana.
And they may want to know what you went there to do. So those questions, those answers, you may keep them handy. You know,
Okay.
if some of them are related to your course, bring them in. That's another time to celebrate yourself. You know, talk about it in a way that it presents you as part of your research program. You know, it's up to you. You know, but you have to present it. Present case any cases you are bringing up, bring it in such a way that it gives an advantage to your case without over flogging the issue. Just drop it like it doesn't mean anything. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So far, so good, and congratulations. Okay.